Well, hey guys, how are you? I hope that you are all doing well on this very cold winter weekend. Oh my goodness, I hope that you're bundling up when you're headed outside. Well, have any of you ever been injured or been sick before? What happened? What happened? Well, have you ever fallen down and maybe scraped your elbow or your knee? That can sting when you go and try and wash it off, doesn't it? That's no fun. I know somebody who wasn't paying attention when they were riding their bike one time and they crashed and they broke their arm. Well, that's a bummer, and that really hurts too, doesn't it? Well, my daughter Margaret, when she was really little, she had the chicken pox and she was covered from head to toe with spots and it was itchy and she was crabby, and that was not a whole lot of fun for any of us because she did not feel well. Well, have you ever not felt well? Maybe some of you this winter have even had COVID. That's not very much fun either, is it? Well, when you are sick, who helps you feel better? Who helps you feel better? Well, if you fall down and you get some scrapes, I bet your mom or dad can come along and maybe kiss your owie and put a Band-Aid on, and you feel a whole lot better pretty quick, right? But when you break your arm or your leg, then you might actually have to go to the doctor and get an x-ray and get a cast on. That's a whole nother different story about how long it takes to heal from that. And if you ever have COVID or a cold or chicken pox, sometimes those things you don't heal really quickly from it, and you can take some medicine, but it just takes a while for your body to heal, doesn't it? Well, what makes you feel better in the meantime while your body is healing? Sometimes some warm blankets or cuddling up with your favorite cozy type of thing can help. Maybe eating some chicken noodle soup. Somebody's love, when they just cuddle you in when you're not feeling good, that can make us feel a whole lot better too, can it? Well, in our story today, Jesus uses his hands to heal people. Yeah, so he touches someone and it makes her fever go away. He lays his hands on some other people and he blesses them, and their hurts both inside and out go away. And our world friends today, well, they are learning all sorts of things. They are dealing with the gerbil flu. I don't think gerbil flu is a real thing, but anyhow, there's a lot of sneezing going on, a lot of sneezing. And even though their friends can't fix all of their sneezing, they can help their friends feel better. So let's check out to see what they're up to today.
That's pretty much why a unicorn is better than a Pegasus.
That was actually a very well-reasoned argument.
I'm convinced.
Come on, you! Stupid lock! Give me the bike!
What a surprise. It's Bert the bully doing something awful.
Is he stealing bikes now? That's a new low, even for him.
Someone should do something.
Hey, Bert! Knock it off!
Well, our work here is done.
Fine, go on! Get out of here! It's not like I need help or anything.
Oh, did you need help stealing this bike?
I'm not stealing the bike. It's my bike. The lock is frozen and I can't get it open and
You don't look so good, Bert.
I'm sick. I've got the gerbil flu.
Isn't that where you turn into a gerbil when the moon is full?
No.
I can't risk it. Bye!
Wow, that's quite a sneeze you got there.
This is just great.
Let's get you inside, Bert. I think I know something that will make you feel better.
This is supposed to make me feel better?
Oh yes, this is the best of all possible solutions. Just move your feet like you're walking.
Okay.
Behold, the Burt Bot! Now, when you're sick, you can still go out into the world from the comfort of your own home. And it has a heat ray for frozen bike locks. Let's just put on these goggles and you can see through the Burt Bot's eyes.
Wow, that's really green.
Isn't it wonderful, Bert? As usual, all our problems can be fixed with robots.
Well, not all our problems.
I challenge you to name one problem that can't be completely fixed with robots.
Even if I wasn't sick, I would still feel terrible. Everyone hates me. They call me Bert the Bully.
Well, I don't hate you, Bert. Just a thought, though. It might help if you didn't smash stuff when you were angry.
You may have a point. Wait, so we're friends now?
Bert, we were always friends. I mean, I did build a robot for you.
Wow. Yeah, that makes me feel better already.
Yep, quite a sneeze indeed.
Oh my! Why did Mimi, Ruby, and Gabe think that Bert had been stealing bikes? Well, when you watch that and you just look at what Bert was doing, it kind of looked like maybe he was about to steal a bike, didn't it? At first glance, it sure looked kind of suspicious. But they didn't really stop to ask him actually what he was doing, did they? No, they did not. And Bert, he also looked very miserable, and nobody asked him what was wrong and how come, did he not feel well or what was going on? They all just kind of accused him and walked off. Do you think that he was hurting on the outside or was he just hurting on the inside? Was Bert hurting on the outside or the inside? Well, I think Bert was probably hurting both ways. He had the gerbil flu, which looked awful. His cheeks were rosy and he was sneezing and he looked like he didn't feel good. That gerbil flu was not looking like it was a whole lot of fun. But he was also hurting on the inside, wasn't he? Yeah. Nobody was being nice to him. Nobody was offering to stop and help. Nobody was treating him like a friend. But then along comes Leo. And Leo stuck around. And thank goodness for Leo. He's a pretty good guy, isn't he? What 2 gifts did Leo give Bert today? What 2 gifts did he give him? Well, first of all, he built him a Bert bot. That is amazing and incredible, isn't it? To build somebody a robot. Yeah. And even more importantly, though, what else did he give Bert? He told Bert that he was his friend. Right. And Bert most certainly needed a friend, didn't he? Yeah. And I think that probably healed Bert more than anything on the inside, to know that somebody appreciated him and wanted to be his friend. And I think that helped him heal a whole lot. Well, let's read our lesson today. It's from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 1, verses 29 through 39. And in the Bible, it's titled, Jesus Heals Many at Simon's House. As soon as they left the synagogue, remember last week they were at the synagogue when Jesus had healed somebody of the unclean spirit. So as soon as they had left the synagogue, they entered the house of Simon and Andrew, and they were with James and John. Now, Simon's mother-in-law was in bed with a fever, and they told Jesus about her at once. He came and he took her by the hand and he lifted her up. Then the fever left her, and she began to serve them. That evening at sunset, they brought to him all who were sick or possessed with demons. And the whole city was gathered around the door. And he cured many who were sick with various diseases and who were sick with with many demons. And he cast them out. And he would not permit the demons to speak, because they knew him. In the morning, while it was still very dark, he got up and went out to a deserted place, and there he prayed. And Simon and his companions hunted for him. When they found him, they said to him, "Everyone is searching for you." He answered, "Let us go on to neighboring towns, so that I may proclaim the message there also, for that is what I came to do." And he went through Galilee, proclaiming the message in their synagogues and casting out demons. So Jesus got done in Capernaum, and they moved on to new towns, didn't they? Well, when you listen to that story, do you think Jesus was healing bodies, or was he healing hearts and souls? What kind of healing do you think he was doing? I think that Jesus was doing both, wasn't he? Yep. He made Simon's mother-in-law's fever go away, and that most certainly is a bodily ache that doesn't feel good when you're sick and when you have a fever. But he was also healing people's hearts. And when you make the unclean spirits go away, that is relieving them of hurt and sadness and loneliness. And that's an incredible form of healing too, isn't it? Well, how can we be part of God's healing hands? How can we be a part of that mission and ministry of God's? Well, we have a group right here at Spirit of Joy who are called the Befrienders. I don't know if you guys have heard of them before, but they're called the Befrienders, and it's a group of people whose job is to call people either on the telephone, and in days when there wasn't a pandemic, they would actually go and visit with people in their homes. And they would go to people who live by themselves and who are lonely, or they call people who are sick, and they just visit with them and they pray with them. Sometimes they read some scripture to them, but they bring healing to people's hearts, and they let them know that they're not alone, and that can just bring happiness and joy to somebody who needs that. Well, you can do those things too, can't you? Yep, if you have a friend who is sick, you can call them, you can send them a message somehow. You can send cards to grandmas and grandpas who are maybe lonely during this time. If your mom or dad are sick, you can make some chicken noodle soup, bring them a glass of water, and you can use kind words to people who look like they are hurting at school. There are lots of people who need a friend, and sometimes just saying hello, how are you, and recognizing people, acknowledging them, not treating them like they're not there, like the kids were not nice to Bert. Maybe you could stop and ask some people, are you having trouble today? Is there something I can help you with? Those are all things that can make a really big difference to somebody. Well, before we go on and have you do your leaflets, I have just a couple of announcements for you. First of all, we are still collecting quarters for Laundry with Love, and we would love to have them back at the church by next Friday, February 12th. And this bag here is sitting in the church office. You can come in anytime during regular business hours and just put your quarters in there. And on February 23rd, we have a group of people from church who are going to go and volunteer and help our neighbors here in Sioux Falls do their laundry. And the last time that they did that, it was $700 worth of quarters. That is a lot of quarters that we need to collect. So if you have not dropped off your quarters yet, we invite you to do that by next Friday the 12th. And thank you so much for helping your neighbors. The second thing is that there will not be a video next week because it's President's Day, and I think some of you have time off from school, so I hope you have an awesome break. Also, happy Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day, so share a little love with your family. And the week we come back, we're going to be learning about the story of Noah and Noah's Ark, and that is an awesome story. But I think it would be a great time to hear some jokes, and what's better than some animal jokes? So if you have some time between now and then, I would love it if you would record a joke. You could have your mom and dad record you telling the joke, or if you can record it yourself, that would be great, a good, clean animal joke. And with the email that came with this today, there will be a link to a Google file that you can upload your jokes into there, and we will share them. If we get too many, we will maybe do it for the next couple of weeks. But send us your animal jokes, and that would be a fun thing to have in the middle of this long winter. So I hope that you guys are all staying healthy and well, and enjoy your time off, and we will see you back here again soon. Take care.
Lord, listen to your children praying. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children praying. Send us love, send us power, send us grace. Lord, listen to your children praying. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children praying. Send us love, send us power, send us grace.